Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, retired DSP Paro Campbell has died. Retired Deputy Superintendent of Police Altamouth Paro Campbell, formerly of Mobile Reserve, passed away at the University Hospital of the West Indies Friday morning. He had been ailing for some time from an undisclosed illness. Campbell served with distinction in a variety of roles at Operation Base, Flying Squad St. Andrew South, and the Criminal Investigation Branch headquarters. A few years ago, the retired DSP was pepper sprayed by a police constable during a traffic stop in St. Andrew. Campbell was hit with assault charges in relation to the incident, but later freed. The viral incident was widely circulated on social media. Campbell was stopped by the police after overtaking a line of traffic close to Halfway Tree in St. Andrew on June 5, 2019. After arguing with a cop for a period during which he reportedly failed to identify himself, Campbell was pepper sprayed in the eyes. Some of the pepper spray reportedly caught his son, who was in the vehicle at the time. Man seen in viral assault video confirmed as a St. Mary cop. The St. Mary police have confirmed that man seen in a viral video beating a woman is a JCF member attached to the division. Speaking with the news, Divisional Head Deputy Superintendent Kevin Francis, who was tight-lipped about the incident, said a probe has been launched. The matter is currently being investigated. I am not able or am not at liberty to speak on the subject. What I can say is that the officer was taken into custody and he has been offered a bail by the court, he disclosed. In the video, which sparked discussions among social media users, a man who persons identified as a police constable can be seen delivering consecutive blows to the woman's face and head as he repeatedly demanded that she leave the area. A child was also heard crying in the background. It is believed that the abused woman shares a child with a policeman. DSP Francis insisted the police do not endorse domestic violence and urged anyone being affected by such a situation to seek help.
The matter is currently being investigated. I am not able or I'm not at liberty to speak on the subject. What I can say is that the officer was taken into custody and he has been offered bail by the court. I will also point out that we do not endorse or support domestic violence. As a result, if there is any situation treating with violence, we do have a division, we do have a domestic violence center which operates from the parish of St. Mary here. You can reach out to any police station and we will provide you with support treating with any domestic situation. Again, I can say from the parish of St. Mary that we do not condone domestic violence or violence of any kind.
Taxi driver hospitalized after being shot by policeman in St. Thomas granted bail. Bail was granted on Wednesday in absentia to 35-year-old taxi driver Devon Webb, who was shot by a policeman 4 times this month at the Hope Road Transport Center in Morante Bay, St. Thomas. Attorney at law Hensley Williams made the bail application for Webb, who has been hospitalized since the incident. Allegations are that Webb used a machete to hit a policeman and attempted to disarm him when he was shot 4 times by the cop. Webb is charged with possession of a prohibited weapon, possession of ammunition, and assault. Williams, in making the bail application in the St. Thomas Parish Court, submitted that Webb was unarmed when he was shot. Williams also argued that there was no support for the policeman's assertion that Webb had a machete. It is a simple case of the police acting with unprovoked aggression, Williams submitted. He implored Parish Judge Shahai Whittingham Maxwell to grant bail to the accused because he had no previous conviction and his antecedent was good. Webb was granted bail in the sum of $200,000 with a surety and is to attend the court on October 23. It is alleged that on the day of the incident, the policeman who shot Webb was driving a marked service vehicle, which hit the door of the accused man's taxi, damaging it. When Webb came out of his vehicle, he was allegedly boxed by the policeman. He fell to the ground and was shot in the leg arm and twice in the back. Webb was taken to hospital where he was admitted. Police hunt for more suspects in Cherry Tree Lane massacre. Head of the Clarendon Police, Superintendent Shane McCullough, says that the police continue to pursue those behind the August 11 Cherry Tree Lane massacre. 8 people, including an 8-year-old boy, were killed when armed men invaded the community. 2 of the main suspects have since been charged. The government has also established a $25 million fund to offer rewards for information that can assist the investigations. A state of public emergency has been imposed in the parish. Superintendent McCullough provided an update on the case.
Since the start of the SOE, we have been pursuing a number of other persons outside of the 2 persons that have been charged, and that operation is ongoing, and we expect that during the pursuit that other persons related to this tragic incident will be caught and brought to justice in short order. So we just want to reassure the public that we are continuing the hunt for these men, whether they're in Clarendon or they're outside the borders of the parish. I would like to take this opportunity to appeal to persons who choose to engage in criminal activities, and when we go after them, which we will, and they then decide to engage the police in a gunfight, I want to tell you that there can be only one outcome, and I'm asking persons to cooperate.
Lawmen must defend themselves, says Chang, amid increased police fatal shootings. National Security Minister Dr. Harris Chang has responded to concerns about an increase in police fatal shootings, warning that lawmen will continue to defend themselves against attacks from criminals. According to the Independent Commission of Investigations, more than 100 people have been shot and killed by the security forces since the start of the year. Dr. Chang said the inference can be drawn from the concerns and the investigative body that the police are executing criminals. But the minister insisted this is not the case, since there are clear signs of combat when police come in contact with the criminals, most of whom are armed.
You have all of this here, every single police shooting was visible involving combat. You know, when the classic recollection with the Negril station, those men were not men you offer the usual, the TV show, drop your guns, the police is here, let us stop, or we give you a lot. They are not waiting for that. They're heavily armed, and that is true of most of our criminals that the police have been attacking. And I cannot ask the police to expose themselves to injury. Where the policeman shot in St. Catherine in his face, he is just one of those injuries that you say it was fortunate way it went. He was shot in his face in combat. That man, 2 people were killed in that. To classify it the same way you complete a kind of collateral shooting by police is, I think, a little bit out of line in terms of how you present the data. But the international community tend to do that. The human rights people tend to do that. They get some morbid benefit from it, I presume, but it is incorrect. You should realize they're all been conducted in clear combat situation with men who are determined to kill, have killed, would kill again, and was willing to kill the police. Such individuals have to be dealt with in a combat, and we train our policemen well. We prepare them, we give them the body armor and the helmets to protect them, because my first responsibility is to protect the officer involved and to protect the wider society, to allow the officer to work safely. At some point, we have to begin to look at how we classify it. You said we have near 2,000 plus shootings per annum. We have consistently for nearly 23 years have over 1,000 murders. The perpetrators, when identified, the police and are apprehended, will shoot, because the men who are involved are not prepared to face the court, especially when they're interrupted in an event. Their frame of mind is to start fighting. When they're identified as person of interest, some will come in the lawyers, and we have no problem with that. We welcome that. The police in today's investigation, my understanding, is becoming far more systematic and thorough. So they build cases with more training, we've done with more active detectives and the equipment we have in terms of intelligence and telecommunication equipment. The entire ecosystem for the police to execute their job has improved, and they too have changed their style to go for systematic accumulation of information and evidence. This is a far cry from what the former government would call crime plan, when you create a small hit squad to go after a few individuals, which never did anything to improve crime.
Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.